Welcome to Your Unlimited Life. I am your host, Carlos Marin, author of The Ultimate Success Formula, and we have been talking about motivation, one of the most incredibly powerful keys to success. Because without it, you ain't getting any success. You're not getting anything if you have no motivation. And today we're going to close out our lessons on motivation by talking about the last great magnifier. We've talked about what creates motivation, right? We've talked about how it is sparked by a dream, by an ambition, how it is also created and sparked by expectation, because if you don't believe you're going to get it, you ain't going to do jack. We've talked about how to sustain it through our attitude, through our focus. And now we're talking about how to magnify your motivation. And this last great magnifier that we're going to talk about today is your environment. Now, while the greatest environment is your own mind, because some people are going to say, we're going to talk about physical environment today and the people you surround yourself with. And I can hear some people already going, oh, Carlos, but you know what? If I had as much money as you and I had such a beautiful home and I had such a beautiful office, then yeah, my environment, but you don't understand. Hey, I started out in a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath apartment, all right? My office was a room with a desk in it. But we're going to talk about how to turn those environments into something of power, right? And I was surrounded by negative people. We're going to talk about how to deal with that. But the important thing, the most important thing you got to understand is the number one environment that you live in is right here. It is your own mind. That is the most important, most powerful. And we've already talked about maintaining a positive mental attitude and how that sustains your motivation. We've talked about how reading the right books and putting the right information in our minds, right, magnifies the motivation. And so we've talked about this, but it bears a little more reminding that you control the environment of your mind. You control your thoughts. You control your thinking. You control your beliefs by becoming aware of what you're thinking, by becoming aware of your repetitive thoughts, and by changing what doesn't serve you. Now, let's talk about the physical environments, which include the place that you work or the places that you perform your activities in, and the people that are around you. So, surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people is an absolutely huge advantage. There's nothing like hanging around with a bunch of negative people that are always putting you down, that are always making you feel like crap, that are always making you feel like you're not good enough. You've got to shut that noise off, because the magnification of your motivation will increase so incredibly by surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people that it will literally blow your mind. Now, people who support your dreams and goals, it's important for you to understand. People who support your dreams and goals magnify your belief in yourself and your belief in your ability to attain the dreams and goals that you're trying to attain. Having a supportive team working with you in your business, in your job, in your profession. It just multiplies your talents, your abilities, and your efforts, because there's nothing like teamwork. Nothing great, by the way, is really ever accomplished alone. It takes a team. It takes people working together in harmony, people working together to accomplish a united task. And guess what? One thing that a lot of people don't understand is you don't have to keep associating with negative people. You don't have to hang out with negative people all the time. In fact, you don't have to hang around with them at all. And that was one of the issues that I faced when I embarked on my road for success, when I started going after success big time. I was surrounded by some negative people. I was surrounded by some family members that were criticizing and putting me down all the time. And I was also surrounded by some friends who were in a hole of mediocrity, and they wanted to keep me there. And so I had to fight my way out of that hole. I had to make a commitment and make a decision myself that I was not going to hang around with those people. I was not going to hang around with people that weren't supportive and people that were putting me down all the time and making me feel like I wasn't good enough. Because at the end of the day, it's difficult enough to reach success, right, without having a bunch of people putting you down all the time and holding you back, right? And so to change my mindset and my attitude, I had to eliminate the negative influences. And guess what? I was criticized for a while, by some for quite a while, and some never stopped criticizing. But guess what? I succeeded, and when I succeeded, most of them came back around, and now they wanted advice. Now they wanted help. Now they wanted me to help them, and now they weren't putting me down. Now they weren't so negative. Now they came back with their tail tucked between their legs, and they were asking for advice and they were asking for help. Those that didn't come back, guess what? They really weren't my friends, because if they didn't want my success, then they're really not my friends. And you're going to have to come and face the cold, hard facts that some of the people that you have around you that are putting you down all the time, they don't want your success, because they don't believe they can succeed, and they don't want you to succeed, because if you succeed, you're going to make them look bad. And when I succeeded, my success made me the expert. And sometimes those people that are negative, that are around you, that are, putting you down, so to speak, it's just because they don't believe in themselves. And so, they kind of take the attitude of, well, if you're hanging around with me, you got to be a schmuck just like me, because if not, you wouldn't be hanging around with me. And so, but once you succeed, because they really do care and really do love you, then they come around and say, hey, how'd you do it? What'd you do? Can you help me? And then, of course, you do, right? So this is not about being a mean person or a bad person. This is just about creating and taking every positive advantage you can to create the highest level of success that you can. And magnifying your success is one of the key elements to doing that. Now, another key is creating a positive physical environment. I mean, I realize, again, a lot of people go, well, gosh, but I don't have the money. Hey, even if your work environment is a room in your house with a desk in it, or even if it's a desk in the corner of your bedroom, you can build a work area that promotes success. You can put motivating pictures. You can put motivating posters. You can put affirmations on the walls. You can put power phrases that make you feel powerful, that make you feel good. You can put pictures of your dreams. You can create a vision board and just paste it on the wall of that office, of that bedroom, whatever it is. I used to write stuff on the mirror in my bathroom. I used to paste power phrases and affirmations on my mirror. I used to put pictures of the car I wanted, the house I wanted, places I wanted to travel, pictures all on the mirror, pictures on the refrigerator in my house. That's how I started out, ladies and gentlemen, just putting anything and everything that I possibly could. As you're seeing here in this video, you see what my office looks like today. You see that I still, to this day, aside from the fact that I'm surrounded by books because I love books, I think books are a thing of power, and I think books are symbolic of the information and the wisdom that we need in our lives to take our lives to another level. So I love being surrounded by books. But as you see, I've also got posters. I've got trophies of my accomplishments. I got pictures of my family, pictures of my loved ones, pictures of special people. I surround myself with the things that I love, the things that make me feel good, the things that make me feel successful, the things that make me feel powerful, the things that make me feel like I'm contributing to the good of humanity, of mankind. And you know what? That raises my vibration. And at the end of the day, the magnification of motivation is all about feeling good about yourself. It's all about feeling successful, more and more successful all the time. It's about reminding yourself of your motive, right? That's why the pictures of the dreams, reminding yourself of your motive, so it raises your vibration. And as you raise your vibration, you continually attract more and more and more and more good. Once upon a time, I had this office manager. I was living in Atlanta at the time. It was 1989. And she gave me a poster for Christmas. or my birthday, I forget which, because they're both in December. But anyway, she gave me this poster. It was a phenomenal poster. It said, "All I want is world peace and ... And it was a picture of the back of this gorgeous mansion on the water with a boat docked behind it, a BMW, and a helicopter on the lawn. All I want is world peace and ... right? And so I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and I put it on the wall. I framed that sucker and I put it on the wall of my library. And I would sit there talking on the phone, making my phone calls, my feet on the desk, looking up at the poster. Well, a few years later, I didn't like the weather in Atlanta in the wintertime, so I moved back to Florida and I wanted to get on the water. So I started searching for a home, finally wound up buying about an 8,000, 10,000 square foot house on 2.5 acres on the intercoastal, right on direct intercoastal waterfront. One day we were shooting a video for an event we were having, and the videographer was shooting me from across the way, from a house across the way, and he said, "Why don't you, come up behind your house in your boat?" I had a 50-foot Sea Ray, and I'll video you just cruising behind the back of the house. And when we went to the event and he played that video, the video starts and it's a shot of that poster. All I want is world peace and ... And then it fades, it dissolves into me in the back of the house in my boat. Well, the goosebumps, the chills, I mean, I freaked out because it literally looked like almost the identical thing as the poster. Folks, I gotta tell you something. This stuff, vision boards, visualization, putting up pictures, creating a positive environment to magnify your motivation. This stuff works. I guarantee it. I can tell you from personal experience. I've gotten cars that were up on my refrigerator. I put up the wrong color of the car that I wanted on my refrigerator and wound up buying the wrong color. I wanted black. I wound up buying this gold colored BMW because the picture that I found was of a gold one. I'm telling you, this stuff works. It's so amazing. It's unbelievable. So take this seriously. Take this seriously. Create your positive environment to magnify your motivation, to magnify your drive, and create the life of your dreams. So please, please, please do this stuff. Follow these guidelines to create your success environment this year. We just started a new year. Make this the best year of your life, no matter what year it is or what time of year you're watching this. Make this the best year. You can start a new year right now. Go out and share this show with 5 people that you love. Help them out. This is incredibly impacting, powerful stuff. And join me on my mission to empower millions of people to know their true power and greatness, be free, and live their highest vision in life. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Carlos Marin TV. Promote it to others to subscribe. That's where you can see these shows free every single week on the playlist called Your Unlimited Life. Also on iTunes, Your Unlimited Life. Promote Your Unlimited Life to everyone that you love so that all of you together can live your unlimited life. Until next week, God bless.